Okay, guys, this is Jay from 161, and we are joined by two of the members of the mighty Daybreaker. Cheers, guys.
No worries, man. Had a good Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to both of you guys. Just give us a brief introduction to you both individually, and just let us know where we can form it all into one. Why Daybreaker were formed and when you were formed.
Okay. Well, for those of you who don't know, I'm Lynden. I play bass in Daybreaker.
I'm Tom, and I play drums in Daybreaker.
Yes. So Daybreaker was formed late 2015. How the band came about was it was our guitarist Mark and Ben, who was our guitarist at the time. Their old band, The Lost Archives, basically kind of went folded.
Okay.
And the fiction tour carried on. One practice in, Johnny, the old bass player, he didn't want to do it.
Right.
So they got in touch with me. They got in touch with our old singer, Sam Higgins.
Yep.
We had a couple of practices, and then Luke, who is of Sin Circus, who was on drums.
Yep.
Wasn't for him. He wanted to write and do bits, but drummer writing, not on guitar, it's a bit the guitar doing that. So he left to go do Sin Circus, who now Johnny's also a part of, and we recruited Tommy D. So yeah.
Just Tom, no Tom. Oh, Tommy D. I thought you were going to go Tommy Gunn then, but that's okay.
Tommy Gunn, for those of you who don't know, is Tom's old nickname from his old band, A Priory. So,
yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
let's go for Tommy D. Tommy D's fine.
Yeah. So basically, from separating both of you individually, how do or what influence have you both got from obviously bigger bands and stuff? Who's your influences, and what made you both pick up your instruments?
Well, for me, I mean, my main influence, like a lot of drummers, I'm sure, was Joey Jordison. Like hearing those first like Slipknot albums,
yeah,
and then like just coming into my own when I started actually drumming. Just lost any metal band really, but for the most part, it had to mostly be Vinnie Paul of Pantera. And that's one of the reasons why I wear bandana when I play any gig. Yeah. Just my little fitting tribute to him. And, like the Chris Adler, you've got your Neil Pearts and your Buddy Riches. But just any metal drummer that can keep those solid grooves and get your head banging, get you bouncing on the dance floor, that's enough for me.
Yeah. And Lynden?
So with me, bass player-wise, it was people like, so you've got Sam Rivers, Limp Bizkit. You've got, of course, Cliff Burton. Rex Brown. And then more for like the Scandinavian stuff, or like Peter Ayers from In Flames.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of that sort of stuff which made me want to pick up the bass. So I just love that big, dirty chunk. Yeah. But then they can go off, come out of the pocket and into their own. So
yeah, fair enough. So if like stuff that you're working on, stuff that you've recently released or that you're actually writing, can you give people a bit of a lowdown of what's going on with Daybreaker?
Yeah, so we have already got our first EP, which was just self-titled.
Yeah,
that's like Bandcamp ever.
Yeah.
But we have been working on material instrumentally. It's all recorded.
Yeah.
So that's down. We're getting Dan back up here, lockdown permitting. We all know this.
Yeah, it's a shitter, isn't it? It's a nightmare, isn't it, mate? It's a nightmare.
It is what it is.
It is. I know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the music's all recorded for that. We're getting Dan up here, hopefully mid to late January.
Yeah.
He's got 5 songs, I think, which he needs to knock out. So couple of sessions that'll be done.
Yeah,
would like to.
Yeah, and obviously, I won't mention too much about how Dan did on the stream just yet. But you've got Dan Donovan, new singer, new frontman. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, the guy absolutely smashed it. He has smashed it. Just give us a bit of a obviously he's not here tonight, so give us a bit of a background on Dan. and what people can expect to see and to listen to?
So for those of you who don't know, Dan used to be with Ventures. So they've already got a good name, really good name in Manchester. When he approached us, he sent us some material through and we were like, oh, this guy might just do the job.
Yeah.
I can't speak for the other guys. When we lost Sam, I thought, that's it.
Yeah, honestly, I can agree with that. The moment we lost Sam, I didn't know what we were going to do because, our style of music, if you look at like the Pantera band, it's a very, it's not as out there as other bands. I mean, there's not really many vocalists that we know that have that kind of fry vocal style, I guess, that I knew of. So, and just being in Blackpool as well, just where we're based, I didn't know what we were going to do and how long it'd take for us to actually find a new vocalist. But luckily, it didn't take too long, did it, Lynden?
No, Dan actually contacted us pretty quickly after we started searching.
Yeah.
And Dan was a bit humming and ahhing the year before, and Dan actually messaged us 12 months prior. So so he did, didn't he? Yeah. Yeah, it was a bit. I'm back. You still need a vocalist.
Funnily enough,
did you think that it was obviously you guys have obviously we were there, me and Jay were there. You smashed Bloodstock. You know the video footage is there to be seen by everyone. It is legendary now. The pits were legendary. It was violent. It was great.
Mate, sick, man. Yes.
Yeah, it was something. That was amazing. Was it a bit of nervous thing, getting a new singer and thinking, can he live up to that? Can he bring something new, but bigger than that?
I wouldn't say that, because at the end of the day, you've got to judge people on the merits when they turn up.
Yeah.
You the egos or anything beforehand. Somebody coming in, you've got to take it literally as it's a new thing, potentially even a new band.
Yeah.
But with music already recorded. So he came in. We were impressed from the first time. To get him back for a second time to see how he did.
Yeah.
He's eager. He wanted the damn gig.
Yeah.
And smashing it. So we're like, okay, let's see how.
To be fair, Dan, I mean, obviously, seeing him with like Ventures and whatever he's done, the guy is ridiculous frontman. Absolutely ridiculous. He's got everything. It just obviously something we'll get onto later on with the live stream thing, but he's got everything. He's got that the sound. He's got the fact that he is a good front man. He looks good on camera. He looks good on camera. He's got confidence, bit of cockiness.
It's what you need in a front man. You need charisma.
He's your man. He's your main boy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So without charisma in a front man, you're always going to have something lacking. And thankfully, bags of it. So that was the main thing, to be honest. I was wanting when we were getting a new front man. Yeah. I just knew somebody who had to have a lot of stage presence.
Yeah.
He had a bit of themselves, and he can sell it. That's music, right?
Absolutely, that's it.
You are selling your band. That's your product.
Yeah.
That you do. Fucking own it. Sell it. So, and thankfully, he does just that. So,
well, the thing is, it's weird, isn't it, that your front man is your main selling point. That's the first thing that people are going to see, going to hear.
Yeah.
So you've got to make sure that they are amazing, because otherwise people just turn off, don't they? And that's sadly that's the way it works.
Yeah. The thing is as well, it's like because every vocalist, even if you've got the same style of vocals, you're gonna have some differences in by influences and higher sound. And Sam had his thing going on, and Dan is an amazing vocalist. But this is nothing against Dan, but when we were with the search for a new vocalist, we didn't know what had happened if the vocalist had up a different style, if we'd have to make some little alternate things here and there with as opposed to our style, how we do with the groove of it. Because everybody's just different. Every vocalist is just different, really, aren't they? No matter if they're going for the same style.
He's just put himself straight in with us. There's not been a bad transition. It's been pretty smooth.
Yeah.
I think the only thing which has mainly slowed everything down, same with everyone else, was COVID.
Yeah.
You know yourself, mate. We were piped up to play. When was it with you guys? Was it August?
Oh, yeah, I think it was, mate. Yeah, I think it was.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I think we booked you guys for Dan's first gig. I mean, 2 or 3 times, and every single time was cancelled because of COVID.
Yeah. Oh God.
I mean, we wanted to make sure, because of not only because of you guys, but because of Dan as well, that Dan's first gig was with the 016 just to make sure that everyone would be. And I mean, it was in the end, but not the way that we wanted it to be.
It was a bit ropey.
It was definitely ropey, Lynden. You're right.
But no, we got there in the end. We did it, and as well.
Well, I was going to say, moving on to Well, moving on to Dan's first gig, and coincidentally, like live stream events. I remember speaking to Dan about booking him and obviously you guys for a live stream event at Redwall Studios. And I actually do remember Dan saying, "Listen, I'll be honest with you, Jay. And I've had this from hundreds and hundreds of bands saying, listen, I don't want to do a live stream event. I want it to be in front of a crowd and people there and obviously like Lynda's, like you said, we booked you guys like 2 or 3 times for Dan's first gig. It didn't work out. But it was great the fact that you actually took the live stream event at Redwall a couple of weeks ago. How did you feel it went, and how did you feel like how live stream events go? How was it for you guys?
Well, what I'll say first is we had a lot of talk beforehand about the first lot of live stream events when you approached us initially, and we did say, look, we want to do it because we want to get Dan out.
Yeah,
but we want to get him out into a live environment. So people,
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've got Daybreaker feel, all the energy, the excitement, the anticipation. It's all there.
Yeah.
But as it turned out, we couldn't do the final one we were meant to do at Whittles in December.
Yeah.
So when we got approached about the live stream, we were all for it. So
that's it.
We wanted to end the year out on a high.
Yeah.
I mean, in a world riddled with bloody COVID, we don't know, essentially how long it's going to go on for. I mean, fingers crossed that by next year, live events return in some capacity, absolutely. But as opposed to live streaming, it's literally kept me, as I'm sure it's kept you guys, from just completely losing it. Just even watching a band, watching it kill it on the live stream, as I know we did, killed it on our live stream.
Yeah, you smashed it on yours. Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Cheers, man. I mean, you've got to take the rough with the smooth. I mean, It's all we can do in times like this, isn't it? But here's hoping that 2021.
I'll be honest with you, right? The thing is, though, we've had a lot of bands that have actually come to us and said, we want to play. However, we want our next gig to be in a live audience, whatever. And it's but we might not do anything next year at all. It might be really bad or thinking negative, but it might be that the live stream's the only way we're doing it next year. That's it.
I'm optimistic. I just can't wait for these vaccines.
I agree with you, mate. I'm hoping that we can do it. I mean, Lynden and Tom, obviously you have played for the 0161. During obviously with the you've done stuff at the jam sessions at Whittles in Oldham.
Yeah.
So
that was a good gig. That.
Yeah. Just let us know about what you thought of the venue and what you thought of the day you played.
Cracking venue, amazing, brilliant. That outside stage is phenomenal, and I didn't realise how big the fucking stage would be. That was big,
it's massive. It's like a festival stage, isn't it? It's ridiculous.
That's it.
It's the most venue stage.
It is so ridiculous, isn't it?
And I mean, to have it in the summer as well, you've got the sun out, you've got people having a good time, having drinks. It's just, you can't beat that feeling. And honestly, it was August, when we did that with, August. And just to get back out on stage, it felt, I remember coming off and it feels weird having all that many people looking at me again. But I mean, no, it was honestly amazing. and I'm hoping that, down the line we can do more things at Whittles. But even like with the live stream, just coming back to that for a quick sec, just even having James and Jane, like you and Jane watching us, and the people like Drew and the crew just watching us, and knowing people watching us at home, even that was enough to get me hyped and, put in the energy, as I'm sure you all did. And, that was enough for me.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. Everyone, we had people, because I'll be honest with you, Dan was shitting himself. And he was actually telling us before he actually played, he was like, my ass is like in bits. To be fair, it's fair enough, because you actually, potentially you're being watched by 4,000 people. So, it's like, it is nervous. And everyone was everybody was messaging saying, you know what, Dan's fucking smashing it. So I was really happy, because I know, if you don't know Dan, I know how good Dan is. So therefore, you know how good a frontman he is, and he's committed. He loves it. He loves the music. He loves the scene. But yeah, no, I was so happy that Dan went down well. Obviously, you guys smashed it on the night.
Cheers, man.
So what? Just a bit of question about live stream things. Obviously, we can't do nothing. I don't know how next year what's going to happen. Live streams might be the only way forward for bands to just keep themselves out there. How do you feel as how they go? Did it sound all right? Everything sound good for you guys? And
yeah, it was cracking on the day. It was fantastic. It would have been nice having a bit more time just to prepare, in terms of, when I say that, I mean get to the venue, warming up, doing all little bits just to get going. But that's COVID for you. Everything's got to be schedule. So no, the venue, the setup was fantastic. The crew was brilliant. It was a well-oiled machine. So it was cracking.
Yeah.
So big props to the guys at Red Wall. So thank you.
Yeah, I can't stop watching the live stream.
I can't keep watching it back neither, Tom. Fucking amazing, mate. Honestly.
Yeah, it's like, and I'm so proud of Dan as well.
Oh,
it's just like the fact that it was his first gig. It's that as well, and unfortunately, it was under such circumstances. But like I say, with music in these times, it's tough. But kudos to all the bands out there that are cracking on with it and making amazing music.
Absolutely, mate. Okay.
Also, one thing.
Yeah, go on.
Another props to this time to Dan, because what a lot of people don't realise, or they might not think too much about it. So we're based in Blackpool. Dan, Chester. Yeah. For the majority, Dan, he's coming up off his own back to come up to practice with us.
Yeah.
That's just about the commitment for the guy. So thank you, Dan, mate. Fucking, it's an honour.
He's a legend. He's a lovely guy. As all you are. And then just
I'm not.
Some of you are right. And just before we end it, we've got a couple of questions. You've obviously got separate side projects going on. You all do stuff separately. Lynden, I'll start with you.
Yeah.
What side projects have you got going?
My only one at the minute is a Scott Beveridge project, and also a part of that.
And what's SBP doing? What they're doing? Are they?
At the minute, we're just having a chilled one now. I believe Scott's working on his second album. Okay. So.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
and Tom?
me.
Tom?
Actually, just after Bloodstock, I started jamming with Lewis, who's also in SVP, and me and him are in a hardcore punk band called Druxy. And 2020, this year was meant to be the year that we got out and started doing gigs. And we had gigs booked. We had a shit ton booked. Yeah. But then COVID hit, obviously, and we had to, not practice for a while and everything. But we have actually arranged the recording of our first EP, which we're going to look at in March with James, who produced Sin Circus's recent album.
Yeah.
And we're going to see how it goes with Druxy. So give us a check on Facebook if you want to.
Absolutely.
So that's what we're doing.
Okay. Just to round it up, guys, just let people know what shit you've got coming up next year. Obviously, I know it's a little bit hit and miss because obviously no one knows what's going on. But what gigs have you got booked up for either, Daybreaker or your individual bands that you're doing, your side projects? Just let everyone know what's going on.
I think the only gig Daybreaker's got booked at the minute is SummerSlammer.
Slammer, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, we've got that.
And can you just who organised that? Who's on that with you?
So that's done by Rick from Agent 47. Big props to Rick. Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Now, Jesus Christ, you're putting me on the spot there. I'm trying to think who else is on the bill.
It's all right, Lynden. I know. It's fine. Go on.
As long as you do, mate.
I know he's on it.
So, yeah, in terms of Druxy, Tom?
Yeah, we do have one gig booked. I could try and remember where it is, but honestly, I couldn't. So, what's happening is we're just gonna try and get the gigs booked, get back in the studio with Druxy, do the EP, as I'm sure we'll release the EP with Daybreaker, and then see where the world takes us, as opposed to this COVID stuff.
Brilliant.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, Lynden,
Tom, other people's bands as well. Mark's got a
go on.
called Phantom C. I believe they're currently recording as well at the minute. So check out Phantom C.
That's Mark's band.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So,
cheers, guys. We will definitely. Well, we are guaranteed to see you in 2021. That's a guarantee, really, isn't it? To be honest with you, we're doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So, cheers, guys. This is Jay from the 0161. Thank you to Daybreaker. Massive appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Peace.
Cheers, guys.
Peace.